every river on earth ultimately finds its way to the sea, no matter the mountains in its path or the valleys it must carve. Water always finds the lowest point. This is more than just a fact of geography. It is a fundamental principle of how our universe distributes energy. From the heat of a star to the signals in a computer chip, everything flows toward equilibrium, seeking balance in a vast cosmic sea. The universe is not a static machine. It is a moving, breathing current. The river is calling, and it is time to follow the flow. The ancient seers, the wise ones who composed the Rig Veda, looked at this universal movement and personified it as Saraswati. While she is celebrated as a magnificent physical river, the Rig Veda describes her as something far more profound. She is the very principle of flow itself, the current that carries wisdom from the source of creation into the minds of all living beings. In the Vedic vision, knowledge is not a stationary object you possess. It is a river you must enter. These ancient descriptions of her power and movement read less like poetry and more like a physics paper on the dynamics of a flowing universe.
Ambitame, Naditame, Devitame, Saraswati, Aprashasta ivasmasi, Prashastimamba Naskridhi.
O best of mothers bestow, best of rivers, best of goddesses. Saraswati, we feel small and without direction. O Mother, grant us the flow of wisdom and excellence. To understand Saraswati in the language of modern physics, we must look at entropy and the second law of thermodynamics. This law states that energy always moves from high concentration to low. Just as water flows from a high mountain to a low valley, heat flows from hot to cold, information flows from its source to its destination. This universal tendency to seek balance and equilibrium is Saraswati. She is the medium through which the fire of Agni and the electricity of Indra move. Without the flow, the fire would consume itself and the lightning would have no path to travel. For centuries, the river Saraswati was thought to be a myth. But today, satellite imagery and isotopic geology have confirmed the existence of a massive, dried-up riverbed in northwest India that matches the Vedic descriptions exactly. 4,000 years ago, she was a physical reality, a mighty glacial river that sustained an entire civilization. The seers linked this real physical river to the abstract flow of knowledge. They saw that the same laws governing water on Earth also govern information in the stars. In modern physics, information is no longer just an abstract idea. It is a physical quantity that obeys the laws of thermodynamics. It has been theorized that information actually has a tiny amount of mass. The universe is fundamentally an information processing system, where every particle interaction is an exchange of data. Saraswati, as the goddess of Gyan, knowledge, is the perfect metaphor for this cosmic data stream. Einstein's general relativity took this even further. It showed as that space-time itself is not a cold, empty void, but behaves exactly like a fluid. It can ripple, it can bend, and it can flow. Gravity is not a pull. It is the curvature of this space-time fluid. Massive objects like black holes create literal whirlpools in this cosmic river. When stars collide, they send out gravitational waves, ripples in the very fabric of space. Saraswati is the space-time fluid itself, the sacred medium that carries the weight of the worlds on her current. The seers also deeply connected Saraswati to Vak, sacred speech. Sound too is a wave, a flow of pressure through a medium. In the Vedic view, the universe was spoken into existence through vibration. Knowledge is the sound of the universe's internal mechanics. By aligning with Saraswati, The ancient seers were tuning themselves into the frequency of the cosmos, trying to align their inner flow with the great outer flow of Rit. We are all ripples in this great cosmic river. The water that makes up your body was once part of ancient oceans and distant comets. And the information that makes you you is part of a flow that began at the very start of time. You are not a spectator watching the river. You are the river itself. But what happens when the river meets an obstacle? What happens when the great flow is disturbed by a sudden burst of violent energy? If Saraswati is the river that carries the flow, then what are the storms that disturb it? In our next episode, we meet the Maruts, the storm gods. They are not just ancient weather myths. They are the turbulence that exists in every system, from weather patterns to quantum fields, to the storms of the human mind. The storm is coming, and it will change everything.